Different views on school dress codes and uniform policies. The topic of the need for school uniforms in educational institutions has been one of the most discussed and controversial for many years. Many publications and articles present and qualitatively state the arguments of school uniform supporters and opponents. Two such works, representing different sides, are Samantha Deane's 2015 article Dressing Diversity, Politics of Difference in the Case of School Uniforms, and Wendell Anderson's 2002 article School Dress Codes and Uniform Policies. Analyzing school uniform policy and social justice theory, Deane argues against school uniforms. In contrast, Anderson is a supporter of school uniforms and uses research and case studies to argue for his position. There are many pros and cons on each side. The correct approach is for teachers, parents, children, and school principals to jointly decide on a dress code or uniform policies in a particular school, regularly reviewing this issue. Uniforms in schools are intended to reduce disruptive behavior, alleviate socioeconomic discrepancies, and maintain high academic standards. However, as Deane points out, school uniforms educate youngsters to disregard actual disparities. This approach is unjustifiable from the standpoint of social justice. The school should be a place where students are taught not only academic information or skills but also how to connect with one another and with the world around them, notwithstanding their differences and variety. When children get accustomed to the sameness of the classroom, confronting reality can be challenging. The author notes that standardizing student appearance might offer the school a sense of control over the school environment. It also reminds kids that when their appearances deviate, this is a threat. This can lead to hostile attitudes, rejection of others in the future, and difficulties or fear of expressing oneself to not go beyond established standards. In the long run, this can significantly impact the child's psychological health. Anderson cites studies and surveys among principals that show that most believe that a dress code is necessary and should be maintained in schools and that it will produce positive results. One of Anderson's important arguments is that the dress code diminishes the exclusion of students based on what they wear. This is true in the context of different socioeconomic backgrounds of families and can reduce the pressure on children by allowing them to emerge as individuals outside of the context of their financial ability. In addition, uniforms allow children to concentrate more on academic performance. Thanks to uniforms, children spend less time getting ready for school and can be more focused on the upcoming lessons. Both authors agree that school uniforms only will not help solve the problems of the school's social environment, and interventions should be comprehensive. It is worth noting that there is a significant difference between the dress code and the uniform. The dress code is less restrictive and indicates what cannot be worn to school, while the state uniform is what children must wear. Most opponents dissent against the uniform, not a dress code, as it seeks to erase all distinctions. On the one hand, a school is primarily a place for learning, and uniforms can create a more stable and impartial environment where every child's personality is valued regardless of appearance. On the other hand, school uniform policies create unfair expectations of neutrality on the part of students, depriving them of the opportunity for real conversation and depoliticizing differences. The community is heterogeneous and diverse, and children must learn to appreciate different cultural expressions, even those they do not share or fully understand. The task of the school is to prepare children for this and to teach these skills, since it is the principal place where children draw their knowledge about society. The use of a dress code, rather than a strict uniform, can help create a safe and comfortable environment for students while not depersonalizing or erasing features, making it possible to study and understand each other. There are numerous advantages and disadvantages on both sides, and parents, students, teachers, and school principals should collaborate and discuss a dress code or uniform policies to make school a comfortable place for all who appreciate and help the child to develop comprehensively.